All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live here. My name is Corey Baumeister.
I'm Ross Merriam.
We are playing new standard here, getting our glimpse into what we're gonna see here in the coming months, years, dealing with these new throne magic cards here. Don't forget, we are sponsored by StarCityGames.com and Carnox Chairs. Feel free to check one of those out. Go to carnox.com/SCG. Get 10% off.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you want 50% off, it's September. You can get 50% off a Tier 1 sub.
Absolutely.
So we got deals all over the place. That's going to be for the entire month. Make sure you check that one out. We got Rob over here in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
He'll be taking your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at SCG Tour. If you want to see, he'll send his favorites over to us. What do we got coming up for round 2, Corey?
All right, so round 2, I'm playing a spicy Selesnya token deck, which we kind of saw the shell of it in standard here previously. You know, Zach Keeney basically made that deck and just gave it, you know, a whole new platform and just won a bunch of tournaments with it. Not too much has changed, except we've added some new cards here. Lovestruck Beast is one that sticks out to me as just phenomenal in this deck.
Yeah, I think that card is great. You make a lot of 1/1s. I think the 5/5 body is really relevant. There's not a ton of cards that deal with it. You know, dodges, now that Cast Down is gone.
Yep.
You know, the 3-mana 5/5 dodges both Legion's End and any like Lava Coil.
Yeah,
you know,
Lava Coil is huge.
So you're usually going to have to use a 3-mana removal spell on it, and that's a win if you need to use their like premium removal spell on your 3-mana creature that often leaves behind a 1/1.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Lovestruck Beast. You know, it can
in the right shell, you know, because the one thing I think that is going to be really bad with Lovestruck Beast is if you're playing a deck that's just playing it because it creates the 1/1 that's going to allow you to attack. If people are just able to kill the 1/1 and then you can attack with your 5/5, that's not as great. But we have like Amara to tap that to get a 1/1 to, you know, maybe convoke before you attack. It just has to be in play. It doesn't have to attack or anything like that. So I think this is kind of the perfect shell. But Lovestruck Beast did lose by far its best friend, Llanowar Elf. So rest in peace. And that duel would have just been insane. Turn 2, 5/5. You know, that kin attack because of Llanowar would have been a big thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. I still think it's a good card. You got Raise the Alarm. You have March of the Multitudes. You have Amara, Soul of the Accord. So plenty of ways to enable that card in this deck. And get some use out of that body. And that's something that this deck hasn't really had. A lot of just individually big bodies. Yep.
100%. And another spicy one we have, Questing Beast. You know, I'm playing 2 Questing Beast decks today because I really want to showcase the power of a 4-mana keyword creature. That's all it is. It just has all the keywords possible. It has all the abilities, and we just want to stress test it, right? See how good the card is. I think it's going to basically be at its best in this matchup. Why don't you tell them what you're playing?
I am playing basic mono red. You know, every week 1 standard, it seems like everybody's talking about the cool cards, trying to make a bunch of different decks work, and then somebody comes along and just plays a pile of mountains and burn spells and just lights them all up, and it's like, okay, give me my trophy, please.
Yeah, exactly. I will let you all have your fun, you know, goofing around with a bunch of high-powered Garrix decks, and no thank you, I'll play some burn spells, win the tournament.
Yeah, you know, the mono red decks we've seen for the last year are losing quite a bit. You know, no Lightning Strike, no G2 Lava Runner, no Wizard's Lightning, no Viashino Pyromancer, so a lot of things going away, but Experimental Frenzy still around. We've got Robber the Rich, new card that was printed, another source of card advantage, and then, you know, that's one of the hallmarks of these modern red decks is that they're both aggressive. You have to be able to play a cheap removal to keep your life total high, but they have enough card advantage to stay with you into the late game. Now we got Robber the Rich to add to Light Up the Stage, and to Experimental Frenzy is another good one, and it's just still 2-mana 2/2 haste, so it skirts that line really well as being an aggressive creature and a way to grind into a long game. We got Ember Cleave, a really powerful card. This will be a mana sink in the late game, but also a card that can just end the game. If you're attacking with 3 or 4 creatures, you know, you put it on your 2/2, you're suddenly your 2 power creature is in 6. It's like you've gotten a free Boros Charm that sticks around and does some more work after that. It can be a combat trick. You know, if your opponent blocks with a 3/3 or something, suddenly their 3/3 dies, they're taking some extra damage, and you're really far ahead at that point. So
makes sense.
And, you know, what is I'm blanking on the new burn spell. The 2 in a red, 3 damage. If you spent 3 red mana on it, deals 4.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the name as well.
That's a big one for me. Slaying Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Flame Javelin and Char have been, you know, standard staples in years past. I think this will be the same. It's a card that, you know, if we end up having some, colorless lands that you want to play just for additional utility, you can still play Slaying Fire. Whereas like a triple red card like Goblin Chain Whirler would be more awkward with.
Yeah.
You'll get 3 damage out of it instead of 4, sometimes awkward, but most of the time it's just 3 mana, 4 damage. Any target. Hit a planeswalker, a creature, go upstairs. So I think that'll be a staple of these red decks. We still got our shocks. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, I mean, the card seems like a great addition. Like you said, Char was good, and that had a huge drawback. Yeah. So,
no, it's just going to be a staple of red decks.
Yeah.
If there's a red deck around, it'll play 4.
Yep. Nope. I 100% agree. Okay, so I won round 1 with Abzan against Green Blue Foods. What did you call it? Green Blue Hungry Man?
Yeah, Simic Hungry Man Dinner.
Okay, perfect. Let's hope that name does not stick. Don't forget to tag at SCG Tour if you want your questions answered, and we will get to them after this game.
But believe me, Cedric will not let that name stick. No, that is not going to happen.
Perfect. Smart man.
If it were 10 years ago, that deck would 100% be named Hungry Man Dinner.
Okay, sure.
Maybe if we can get that sponsorship money.
Yeah.
See, I'm just looking out for us, Cedric. I'm trying to get more sponsors.
Yeah, if we get sponsored by Hungry Man Dinners, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do whatever you want now.
Awesome. So I'm on the play here.
Yep.
I got a very good hand. We got some early things to do and some stuff to back it up.
Our hand's not as exciting, but it's reasonable. I don't think I'm going to mulligan.
Okay. I will start on a Scorch Spitter.
Okay.
The replacement 1-drops here. Definitely something I'm worried about is the quality of the 1-drops. They've gone way down. And these are, I want to play enough 1-drops to enable Robber the Rich to, get some work in.
Makes sense to me.
I am going to offer you this trade. Let's attack and ping you for 1.
So I'm going to go to 19, and I'm actually going to consider this, because if we look at my hand, it's not that insanely good. And if removal spells were to hit some of my other creatures here, it becomes even a little bit more awkward. Nah, we're gonna let this happen.
Okay.
We'll go to 18.
Go to 18. I will play a Steamkin.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Okay, so that's a pretty strong draw here. Now, what do we want to do with it? I think the way I win this matchup is by getting aggressive, but we don't want to get too aggressive here. Let's see here. I think we're just going to go with a Paradise Druid, trigger this, and now I kind of want to hold back for Scorch Spitter. Yeah, it's a Spitter. Okay,
spits them out.
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna pass to you.
I'm gonna call Scorch Spitter a Dialon because he spits hot fire.
Oh yeah. Oh, doesn't he have 4 other companions that are also really good? It's
Yes.
What is it?
They all go by the same name.
Oh yeah, it was Dialon.
Yeah. Okay, we got a nice turn here. I've got a second Steamkin to counter on this one, and then we've got a shock for the Pelt Collector. Get counters on both Steamkins.
That is a good turn.
Both of my creatures can attack into this Paradise Druid. We'll send for 4. This will trigger brick, get you to 17.
All right, so I will take 4, go to 13.
And now I'll pass the turn.
All right, that's a pretty good turn. Very scary for me. All right, so now I think we just need to get a body down, so I am going to Adventure.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what creature?
1/1 human.
Just a regular human?
Yeah.
So I don't think we have a regular human, but we'll just use
Soldier. We'll have to do, and then we'll play Lovestruck Beast.
Yeah.
All right.
It was real big.
Your turn.
This could get awkward. But I do have a pretty good follow up.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna play Goblin Banneret.
Okay.
That'll get counters here.
Uh-oh. Frenzy?
Then I'm gonna make 3 red and play Legion Warboss. That'll get counters here.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna pay 3 red and play an experimental.
Oh my god. A good follow-up, you say, huh?
Not sure if I'm supposed to play the Warboss there. Instead, I could just set myself up to have more mana.
I think it's good.
But I haven't played a land yet, so any land or any 1-mana spell will work. That is a 1-mana spell.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shock something. Do I want to shock the untapped 1/1 or the Paradise Druid? And I think I'm just gonna shock the 1/1.
Okay. Creature's dead.
Yeah. Now we've got these Steamkins going. That's a land, so we just need to not hit a second land. Let's make 3 red now. So
I've seen this dance before.
Yeah, we'll just make 3 red off of this one, 2 red floating, This goes to 1.
Great job of
3.
showcasing the new cards there, Ross.
2 red floating. And that is a land, so that's unfortunate. So now, these just entered. We're going to make a goblin. If we attack with everything, this Steamkin's going to die. We're going to put a counter on the goblin, and that will end with 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damage getting through, putting you to 5. I think that's good.
That's probably good.
Yeah, let's get the old Cedric Phillips goblin token. Send with everybody. Oh, that just came in. Okay, so that's less. Yep. Yeah, all 3 of these.
Yep.
So now if I send with everything, I'm only getting in 2, 4, 5 damage.
Still might be worth it.
No, I think having double Steamkin with Frenzy is just so important.
A good
so I'll just
avenue.
get the goblin and attack.
Okay, I'll block.
Pass a turn. Yeah, we're not super worried about ending the game quickly with Frenzy out.
No.
Corey could have a Conclave Tribunal here, but that would set him up for a pretty big attack next turn once everything else is free.
All right, so we're just going to start with a flower. Since I don't have another land, you just always want to turn that into a land because it's pretty much no investment.
Yep.
Now, I want to cut. Now I just don't even think I can really get too aggressive here. I have to go with Pelt Collector and then Lovestruck Beast. Set up a board, but like I said, I just can't even attack. I literally can't attack now. I could stack it in such a way where I play Pelt Collector and attack, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll draw this land we knew was there. Excuse me. 3 red.
Okay.
Robber of the Rich, 1 floating.
The odds of me winning this game are quite low.
I agree. It's a little awkward, but that'll be fine still. Let's play Light Up the Stage, no mana floating.
Okay.
3 and 2. So that's a Slaying Fire. That'll be nice.
That's the 4 damage, right?
Yep. See what's going on here. So go to 3 red. 2 red floating.
I'll be over here taking a nap.
Turn. Go to 5 red. 2 red floating.
Jesus. I'm pretty sure I'm just dead.
Probably.
I only have 3 blocks.
Deal 4 to you.
I'm dead. That puts me to 9. That puts me to 5. You have way more than 5 here. Yeah. I'm just dead. All right. Good showing for Mono Red.
Yeah. Slaying Fire looked fine.
Yeah, Slaying Fire looked fine. But you know what? That card, Experimental Frenzy, might not just be a flash in the pan. That card might actually survive rotation.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed?
And they're like the 1-drops I was playing were certainly worse than Lava Runner and Fanatical Firebrand.
Yep.
But all that mattered was that they were 1-mana spells.
No, 100%.
I needed to just get out early. They got some damage in, which is all you want. And then they cost 1 in order to quickly ramp up those Steamkins and let the Frenzy go nuts.
No, I agree.
Maybe downgrading the 1-drops, not a big deal.
Not the biggest deal.
1-drops go, what do you think about the new one that was called Fervent Champion, which is 1 red for a first strike haste.
Yeah.
Whenever Fervent Champion attacks, another target attacking knight you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn.
Yeah.
And equip abilities, you activate the target Fervent Champion, costs 3 less to activate.
We need more knights. Plain and simple. There's not any good knights to curve into right now. It works well with itself, but we just don't have enough to make it where it's viable in mono red yet.
Yeah, I certainly don't think that's a card that goes into just a red aggro deck because we don't have other knights here.
Yeah,
there is a goblin banneret that doesn't have mentor.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same card, but it's a goblin knight. So maybe that's something that you try to pair because with first strike and the pump ability, it's going to be hard to block. But I've been sort of waiting to think about what a knight deck might look like until I see everything.
Same.
With a tribal deck, you really want to see it all. And this one's going to be probably 3 colors because you get the land. So I do think there's some good equipment. I think Embercleave is a good card, and that has equip 3. So if you're just sort of sitting around at the end of the game, towards the end of the game, it equips to that creature for 0.
Yep.
And then I do think the Rakdos equipment that is basically Volshock Morningstar gives +2/+2 and equips for 3, but equips a knight for 1.
Yep.
I think that card is just very good.
Yep, we're going to just need to see more, plain and simple. Yep.
So I do think that card slots into an aggressive knight deck. I think it's a pretty solid card. Though not being able to target itself is rough. Then it would just be like, a 2/1 with upside.
100%.
That would be too good. Yeah, with haste.
2/1 first. I think it has first strike too.
First strike and haste. Yeah, it has a lot. There's a lot of text on that card.
Yeah, if it could target itself, it'd be an auto include.
Yeah, then it would go into the red deck.
For
But
sure.
Because it can, you really need other knights to get value out of it.
Yep.
Although I guess, like, I don't know, like if we're playing some equipment in our red deck, then maybe a Raging Goblin that has synergy with our equipment is good enough.
Maybe.
But we would need some more equipment.
How do you think it works in Modern with Stoneforge Mystic?
What are we just trying to like equip swords to it for free? Is that kind of the idea? I don't know.
I'm not a believer.
Stoneforge is like a standalone card. Like I'm not putting cards in my deck to make Stoneforge good. It's
Agreed.
Just a good card, but other than the equipment.
Agreed. Yeah.
You definitely want to put some equipment in your
Yeah. It's not a standalone card.
Not exactly.
Well, what do you think? Should we get to sideboarding here since we were a little behind going into this one?
So normally we do 1 pre-board and 2 post-board with a best of 3, but during preview season we like to do 2 pre-boards just because we're testing out new decks. Like our sideboards are all kind of generic sideboard cards.
Pretty thrown together.
It's, nobody knows what
it's not
playing,
focused.
so.
Yeah. Okay, well let's take one more question here and then we'll get ready for a second game 1 here.
Sure. Still in the Mono Red deck. Castaeus wanted to know, how do you know when to play or put Skewer the Critics into your deck? Like what factors make you want to have it and what makes you not want to have it?
Well, you need cheap ways to get damage through, and the fact that the old mono red decks had creatures that could sit on the battlefield and deal damage in we still have access to Ember Hauler. I ended up cutting it to try out Robber the Rich. Maybe you fit all 3 2-drops along with Steamkin somehow. But you need things like Ember Hauler, like we had Fanatical Firebrand and Viashino Pyromancer, in it. So things that didn't cost you a full, some things that didn't cost you a full card, like Pyromancer, and then other ones like Firebrand, once that, couldn't attack, it's just going to deal its point, but you might as well use it to enable Spectacle. Here, it's going to be a lot more awkward to do so. Like our creatures get blanked more easily because they're just 1/1 still, the 1-drops.
Yep.
And so you're not going to be able to just cast it on turn 2 as often. And so I'm only playing 3 light at the stage as a result. I think Spectacle gets that much worse because you've lost some of the direct damage. But Robber the Rich recoups some of that card advantage.
Yeah, I would definitely still play 4 light up because even with having like the Spitter, if you attack and it trades in combat and still gets damage in, I think that's probably worth it. But yeah, I think everything Ross said was right about Skewer, but also just if Skewer kills creatures that matter, But if we're seeing like Questing Beast and stuff, like it might be a scary time to just have Lightning Bolt, Yeah, plain and simple.
So I'm on Shock and Slaying Fire.
Yeah,
so I can deal with the 4s.
And I mean, we're looking at Modern right now where people are afraid to play Lightning Bolt and Lightning Bolt and Lightning Helixes and stuff because Urza's running around. It's kind of the same thing. You just got to realize what you're killing here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to the game here. I'm on the play. This hand's a little awkward here. It definitely needs some help to make this hand better. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan it, but it's not great.
I actually think I have to mulligan this hand on the draw. These Legion War Bosses are going to get blanked. I have a kind of slow hand with 3 3-drops and a 4-drop. So I need to hit lands, and I'm not sure how good these 3s are going to be. This hand really needs removal to set up the War Boss and Chandras to clear the battlefield, and it doesn't have it. So
yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. You really kind of depend on Shock to stop my early creatures, and then War Boss or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ross is mulliganing. We got another question at all there, Rob?
Yeah, Elevation AV wants to know, what's your top Eldritch Moon card that has been previewed so far for Modern?
For Modern?
Yes.
Ooh. I would say I kind of like Wishbone, the Wish Claw, I believe it's called.
Claw Talisman.
Yeah, Wish Claw Talisman. I kind of like that because it might be included in Wurza, but overall, I haven't put a ton of time into thinking about Modern. I've been more focused on what these cards are going to do to Standard. But
I think Emery is very good. Sam Black wrote an article about it earlier this week. Just a really powerful card. It's going to be cheap most of the time. There's so many cheap artifacts to enable it with. And the fact that it can set up combos and generate card advantage while also being an efficient card to cast. on
Yeah.
opening turns. There's just so many things that you can do. I've seen Jeskai Ascendancy posited, going into Lantern and Wurza and decks like that. And I'm sure there's more you can do with it.
Yeah.
So,
No, that makes sense. That's probably a much better answer.
yeah.
All right.
You just gotta copy what the other good people say.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Sandblock does know his stuff, that's for sure.
I'm sorry, you borrow.
Of course, yes.
Okay, let's look at this hand. Ugh. This hand has no cards that cost under 3 mana.
Ruh-roh.
So that's probably not a keep. Yeah.
To 5, huh?
One more, Rob.
All right, next one is again about mono red. What do you think about Ginger Brute in a mono red deck, which is a 1-drop food golem artifact? It's a 1/1 with haste. 1, and Ginger Brute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste, and then 2-tap sacrifice. You gain 3 life.
Sorry, repeat. Wait, what's its stats?
It's a 1/1.
It's a 1/1 for 1.
Yeah.
For 1 colorless?
With
Yeah.
haste, yes, for 1 colorless.
Okay.
So it has like that food token ability. You can sacrifice it for food. It's the gingerbread man. So you can eat the gingerbread man.
Okay.
But you can pay 1, and you can't catch him unless you are also a hasty like the gingerbread man is.
So it just can't be blocked for 1?
Yeah, but except by
Okay.
creatures with haste.
Okay.
So pretty close to unblockable, except against unfortunately bad against questing
Questing
which has
beast,
haste
yeah.
and vigilance. But outside
Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man, and one of the 3 heads I just pictured from Questing Beast is
that is a card that can get through and enable Spectacle if you want to play Spectacle cards.
Yeah.
It does not trigger Steamkin, which is a problem.
Yeah.
So you'd have to weigh those two against each other.
God, the flavor on that card is through the roof, though.
Yeah, but it is.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that card is definitely in the running. It is comparable to the 1-drops I'm playing.
In the running, was that a haste pun, right?
It could have been, sure.
Oh, it didn't even mean to do that? Wow. You get an A+ for doing that on accident, I think.
So we got a solid 5 here, actually.
Uh-oh.
And I think we need to keep this one to try to generate some card advantage. So I'm going to put these 2 back and preserve my curve.
All right, to the games. Game 2 of Selesnya versus Mono Red. A matchup that we've seen, well, hundreds of times last season. But you don't have your best friend, the Chain of the Whirling variety.
Yeah.
All right. I don't really want to trade Pelt Collector right now, so I'm just going to say go.
This feels like a raise the alarm.
Could be anything.
But I'm generally okay trading resources against the Selesnya deck that's convoking. You're not really convoking as much, though. But, if you have raise the alarm, this thing isn't getting through anymore. So
Yeah.
let's attack and ping you for 1.
I do have Raise the Alarm. And we're going to put a couple white soldiers into play, and then I'll go to block.
Yep.
Okay, so I go to 19. You're at 20. Whoa, Mayor and Barrich.
We'll play Runaway Steamkin.
Okay, pretty good.
Pass the turn.
All right, that one I'm happy to trade with. Okay, so we're going to go with a Guardian.
Yep.
We're going to get in there for 3.
I will take that 3.
Put you to 17, and then we're going to go with a Flower for a Forest, and then it's your turn.
Okay.
I ran by my Selesnya list by Ross. I was like, what do you think? You think this deck's pretty strong? And he's like, you forgot Flower Flourish. Literally the best card in the deck. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
We're going to have to get those.
I'll take it. Go to 16.
Drops. Start ramping this Steamkin.
All right. You done?
Yep.
Okay.
I really, really don't want to see the card that I'm sure you have.
What? Is it a new card? How many words does it have on it? Because it has a lot. It's a questing beast. All right, we're just going to get busy living or get busy dying here. I think I'm winning this race, so I'm just going to go all in.
I'll take 10. I go to
7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, your turn.
Corey, what do you think about Loxodon in this deck? Or did you just want to try out Questing Beast?
So I did think about Loxodon, but I wasn't playing. You don't have as many 1-drops that are super relevant, where losing Legions.
Legion's landing.
Legion's Landing. You don't have as many token generators. It was a consideration, and it might be better, but I was basically competing with that or like Tristani, and I figured I wanted to be more of a token generating deck. Or I believe I have a couple March the Multitudes, and it was fighting with that slot as well. But Loxodon definitely could be better, because that card is good.
All
right.
Do I want to do this? You're at 16.
I'm at 16. Yep.
Let me think about this for a second.
Okay. I mean, admittedly, that Char killing that is very big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, do not have one. So that is going to be. That is going to be.
So Robber of the Rich, yeah, not looking very good right now. It'd be very strong if I didn't. Robber of the Rich and Questing Beast are not going to be friends.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't want to see this card. I want to see a good blocker for this robber.
Yep.
That I've been trying to set up, and I like had the term right.
Yep.
Get a bunch of mana.
Maybe if you saw Frenzy off this or something, you're just going to town.
I think I am forced to just attack for 4.
And I don't think I'm supposed to care to block that.
Actually, no, that's not right. I have to attack with something else. So let's attack with both of these.
Okay.
And we'll exile a card.
Okay. Now, if you're trying to kill Questing Beast, so is this during any turn you attack with Rogue, you may cast this card and spend mana as though.
Oh, it's not the top of my deck. My bad.
Oh,
it's top of your deck.
More cards in hand. Exile the top of their library. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, with that being the case, I kind of want to either take this or block with Steamkin, because then that card probably can't be cast. Now, what happens if I take this? I go to 10. This is going to get through for 4, and then I'll have these 2 attackers where you will have to chump block both of them.
Is the robber card face up or face down? Exile?
It's got to be face down.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just says exile, and if it doesn't say exile face up, it exiles face down.
Yeah. I think I am going to actually go like this. We're going to block, run away. Yeah.
I'm going to make 3 mana.
Okay.
I'm going to cast an Ember Cleave.
Oh, God.
I'm going to equip it to the Steamkin.
Okay.
So this makes it a 3/3. It's still going to trade, but I'm going to get 2 damage in.
Okay. So you're going to get 4 damage in, right?
Ross.
What?
It'll say exile face down if it's supposed to be exiled face down.
Okay.
Face up otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. You know I have that.
All right.
So
yeah,
you're
still
going to take
block.
4 total, go to 12.
I'm going to go to 12. Yep. This is going to die. I'm going to get a token on Pellet Collector.
Then I'll pass the turn.
All right. And that does stick around, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I guess I had to block there. I kind of forgot about Ember Cleave.
Well, you weren't going to die because...
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am going to get in there with these. Force some blocks.
So I have to block a biggin.
A biggin.
So I think I might as well trade for the tokens. So let's block.
This does have trample, to remind you.
Oh, because you have 3 counters.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a big deal. So that means so if I block this, I die. So that's a problem.
Yep. So that has to be blocked.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Okay.
I forgot about the thing getting trample.
That's the only reason I wanted to block, because Questing Beast kind of turned into a Questing Beast, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so take 4.
I go to 3.
All right, and now
Okay, I'm very dead.
I'm going to cast an Amara, and I'll pass to you.
Oh, it's not going to do it.
We get to cast Amara.
Yeah. So let's attack. And that, I'm very
Okay. I was going to raise some alarms. All right. Well, we definitely saw the product of you mulliganing there. Didn't have enough resources to keep up to me, as well as me having a nice aggressive start, topped off by a Questing Beast. Questing Beast seemed like the real deal. I mean, Ember Cleave also was terrifying there. Like, If you could have, made it.
I needed some removal to buy myself some time.
Yeah,
that's what I really needed. And I'm lighter on removal than most red decks. It's just 4 shock and 4 Slaying Spire.
Yep. Nope, makes sense to me. So let's answer one question, and then we're going to go to sideboarding to get ready for a third game of this match.
All right, so a new card that was spoiled today, Glass Casket. It's an artifact for 1 and a white. When Glass Casket enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. So do you think that this new Silk Wrap will impact Standard much?
Yeah.
I mean, we're rotating Baffling End, a card that has seen a good amount of play. Not a great main deck card, but it's been a pretty good sideboard card. Although it has seen some main deck play. This is a little bit worse because it's an artifact, and it's a lot easier to kill artifacts and enchantments usually.
Sure. And when it goes away, the creature returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it also is the same templating. So if they kill the enchantment with the trigger on the stack, their creature will never leave the battlefield.
Sure.
But I think that card will definitely see play.
Yep.
In the basically similar spots to where Baffling End.
So one of the decks that I think is going to thrive in New Standard here, because the mana base is actually pretty good, and it has a land that no other deck can play, is Jeskai Walkers. Jeskai Walkers with Interplanar Beacon is actually still just going to be a very powerful deck, and I think that is a perfect card to just have a 4 of in the main deck, just as your early creature removal, because otherwise you're playing like Lava Coil, which is good as well. And maybe that might be better, but that'll be good to deal with sticky threats like a Dantel Vanguard. I know that card is rotated, but I know there's going to be some kind of obnoxious 2-drop that's going to be coming around. Now, granted, maybe Lava Coil is just the best card for that deck at the moment, but that's kind of where my mind goes as wanting to play with that card.
Yeah, definitely a card that wants a versatile 2-mana removal spell to handle early creatures against aggro decks and handle Hydroid Krasis and Voracious Hydras and things like that.
And the nice thing is you can still Teferi bounce it if you take a Krasis and then you have another removal spell to do something like that.
A nice bit of
I've always loved that kind of combo with Baffling End. It's where you're like about to Wrath of God. You just go, okay, bounce Baffling End, you get a Dino, Deafening Claret. Yeah. All right, everybody, we are going to go to sideboarding here. We're just going to take a short break, get that ready for you, and we'll be back with our third game against Selesnya Tokens and Mono Red Aggro.
Hello, welcome back to Versus Live. We were sideboarding with Mono Red Aggro against Selesnya Tokens. On my side, I'm going to be cutting Legion War Boss because I think it is a card that gets easily blanked by the bigger creatures out of the Selesnya deck. And we're going to trim a couple of the 1-drops as well for similar reasons. I think Goblin Banneret being the worst in multiples because you can't, pump multiples.
Might just be terrible in general.
It just didn't really seem like it's hard to pump the thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to play for a little bit of a longer game. We're going to get some extra removal in Lava Coil, the staple, and then some extra 4-drops, extra card advantage, and play our game like that. I think we might struggle a little bit with Lovestruck Beast because clearing away 1-toughness creatures is harder without Chain Whirler.
Yep.
And we just don't have a 5-damage burn spell. But if we draw enough cards, we should be able to just 2-for-1 our way out of the beast situation. So I'm not too worried about it.
Nope, I like it. You have a similar strategy to what's been successful in Mono Red for so long,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Go bigger and play your powerful 4-drops and play the best removal, which is still Lava Coil. Lava Coil is going to do even more wonders post-rotation, and it was already one of the best removal spells. So my sideboarding is a lot more minimal over here. We have 2 more Knight of Autumns to bring our 3rd and 4th copy. Otherwise, I just don't have a ton with this configuration. I was more prepared for blue decks, thinking, that it would need to kind of be a more well-rounded sideboard. This sideboard's just probably bad, realistically. But
Selesnya creature decks are generally good against mono red, so I think weighing your sideboard to be better against, more controlling decks and removal-heavy decks makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I also think Knight of Autumn gets a lot better against red decks now that Chain Whirler is gone.
Exactly. You can, and I mean, if you ever kill a Frenzy and then it's a 2-1, Chain Whirler would usually clean that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I 100% agree with you. Flamekin is still really the card, and honestly, that silk card,
Glass Casket.
Glass Casket, I would for sure play that. Yeah. I would for sure play that on my board right now, and I would happily bring it in. Take out more Paradise Druids, it would be excellent. So yeah, we're going to take out 2 Paradise Druid. Unbreakable Formation is a great card, especially when you're on the play, it's a lot better. But it's a lot better in creature stalemates. Like if I was playing this deck against like the Abzan deck we played, or even your blue-green deck, this card would be an all-star. But here, it's a little bad if you're just 1-for-1 base removaling me, and I'm bringing in 1 Return to Nature to have 5 answers to Experimental Frenzy, because we saw that card go off, and I just can't win.
You have Tribunal too, so you have plenty of answers.
True. But yeah, so maybe that card's not going to be great, but that's why we're only bringing in one.
Yeah.
It's a little insurance policy.
I think dealing with Frenzy is just so important that I could see it.
Yep, 100%. Okay, so you're going to be on the play for game 3 here.
Indeed, I will.
All right.
Oh, man, if people start bringing in the glass caskets, though, we've got artifact removal in red. I can bring in Shield Breaker and just be like, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is more of a liability. You're right. Dealing with an enchantment out of red is impossible.
Yeah.
So that's why like Ixalan's Binding on Frenzy was just like awesome before, but not as good anymore. Ooh.
I will be keeping the sand.
Let's see here. Ours definitely has some problems. We can cast spells, but if we don't get what we need here, it's pretty bad, but I think I have enough time and I still have enough stuff to play, so.
Okay. I will start on Escort Spitter.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. Planes, your
go. Let's mush you for 2.
18.
And play a Runaway Steamkin.
All right.
Pass turn.
Card's good. Oops. I would love that Silk card right now. Your turn.
Wow. No. Just nothing.
Just nothing.
Okay. Let's get in for 3.
Raise the alarm. Got a 17.
Yeah, you have Raise the Alarm. Okay.
All right.
Well, I screwed up.
I'm going to block both. I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay.
All right.
Too fast there. We'll be fine, though. We got to light up the stage.
Okay.
Take 1 from the spitter. Ooh, 2 lands is not great.
Yeah.
I'll play the 1 and play Banneret.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Now we're really open. Okay. We're still alive. All right. So we're going to take 2, go to 15. Now, what do we want to do here? We got options. If we take a peek at our hand, we can play any of these cards. We could do this, or we could just cast this. That seems reasonable to me. I kind of want to get the value here and be the most mana efficient. And that would entail putting this on an adventure. So we'll just call this a soldier. We don't...
Yeah.
It's close enough. And then pass to you.
Another Raise the Alarm. E.
Yeehaw.
Then we can play this land.
Uh-oh.
I've got an Experimental Frenzy.
All right.
Probably going to die, but
I'm going to play these. All right, now we want to just start trying to go fast to try to end this game, and nothing goes faster than the beast.
Got to make sure you get those arena sound effects in here. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll take 7, go to 13.
Your turn. This is how I play Arena at home, too, when I'm not,
on my upkeep, I'll shock a token.
Okay. Token's dead.
Draw this.
And now I always got to remember, I have Love Struck
Shock
Beast.
token.
Yep. You could have shocked the Questing Beast by now.
Robber of the Rich.
Okay.
It's a little awkward with Frenzy where my hand gets really big. Can't play that one, so that's not great. Pass.
All right, so on top.
Yeah, if I had known I was going to get 2 shocks, we would have killed the beast and been in much better shape here.
Yep, that's fair.
But
all right, we'll attack.
4 damage removal spells.
We know you can't block, so we'll put you to 9. Now the question is, do we want to double spell or play Love Struck Beast? And that's tough. That's pretty tough here. So if we draw a land, this card is great, but Love Struck Beast is just so hard to deal with. I think a 5/5 seems smart to me. Your turn.
Probably signals that Corey has more 1 toughness things in his hand. So even if the token dies, he'll be in good shape.
Yep.
Play that land. That's not good. You have 4 in hand?
I have 4. Yep.
You have me at 9?
I have you at 9 to 15. Now we just got the beats going, and Frenzy eventually stops, and without a way to just generate a bunch of mana, you feel like you're going to get pretty lucky here.
Attack.
Attacking with Robert, so we get this.
No, it's only if I have fewer cards in hand.
Okay. Should I shuffle this or whatever? Doesn't matter. Okay. So this has got to be an Ember Cleave off the top. And equipped. So first strike. I mean, you can kill stuff. So that's for sure what his top card is. Now, do I care? Kind of. Absolutely, kind of.
Definitely, maybe. That's a good sign if you care, because like you have 4 cards in hand, like any removal spell kills me.
Yeah,
You just take it.
I do. I do not have removal. So, so Embercleave reads that it's
+1/+1, double strike and trample.
And trample. Okay, and 3 to equipped.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think I just want to play it safe here. Unfortunately, just block and yeah.
We'll cast Ambercleave equipped with the trigger. So
Yep.
You're going to take 1.
Take 1. Yep.
14.
14.
I've already played my land, but we'll take a look at that one, and I'll pass the turn.
Not sure about that. Playing a little defensive because I think I'm so far ahead that if I lose, it would be on my own mistake here. So now we'll attack with these.
I'm going to take the opportunity to just block this down.
Yep.
Oh, no, the Love Struck piece is gone.
It's gone,
Okay.
yep.
But I'm at 9. Yeah, I think I just need to trade resources.
Yeah, because it allows you to take this one more time.
So I'll
it
go to
puts
5.
you to 5. Now I'm going to go with a...
These 2 cards, not so much of a combo.
Not so much of a combo. That's true. All right. Amara, and I'll pass to you.
We know this card. It's not very good. That is what we want. Let's Lava Coil this.
Oh, yeah, that's good. It's dead.
Let's Lava Coil this Amara.
Okay.
Let's play land for turn.
Okay.
Pass.
Raise the alarm. Untap.
Yep.
All right. No, that wasn't a great draw. We'll just attack for 2.
I got a 3.
All right. Now we'll go with a Pelt Collector and a Growth Guardian. Put a counter on this. Pass it to you.
You know this one? Ugh. the dreaded Frenzy.
Oh, I was like, an Embercleave would be worse. Having an Embercleave on top would just be so bad.
So now we just need to hit. We need to hit real well.
Yeah.
And like our hand is bad. So, like I've got 5 lands in my hand.
I think it has to be 2 shocks, right?
I can hit a land in between and get a 2-drop.
Sure. Frenzy. Okay. Chain Whirler.
That's another land.
All right.
13 lands, a few too many.
I had a Trustani coming down in a while, but not anytime
you
super
stopping
soon.
at 4 lands was actually really important. You're able to just keep reloading.
Yep,
I wasn't able to run you out of resources.
Well, we noticed that Frenzy is an insanely good card, but it has a little bit of nombos with some of the bigger stuff there. And
Yeah, so
maybe
I was supposed to board out the Embercleave and leave in the 1-drops, make my Frenzies better.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking a more controlling role. So
I think you have to choose.
Yeah,
I think you have to choose.
That's a sideboarding issue. So I think I need to, if I'm gonna sideboard that way, then I need to cut the high-end cast cost cards.
Yep.
So if that card is just a Goblin Banneret, and at least just trades with something.
Yep.
And doesn't cost me like a full turn. Though my Embercleave did, end up trading with a Lovestruck Beast, so maybe it wasn't even the worst.
I think even in hindsight, I mean, I knew what the play was going to be, so I had perfect information. But I still think it was correct, because if I had a removal, like you said, yes, I just went on the spot and I wouldn't have blocked. Yeah. But I didn't, and that's scary. That's a 6/6 double striker here. And if I just take that, I went from 15 to 9 and then like a couple burn spells off the top, and I'm going to die. So I had to play that one safe, and that gave you a chance to like come back in with double Lava Coil. And
I really needed to hit Lava Coil or Slaying Spire earlier to deal with that questing beast.
Yeah.
That would have taken a lot of pressure off my life total. It would have given me a lot more time to just find my stuff, hit one of those bad frenzy turns that you have sometimes.
Yep.
And grind through that and eventually, I think, take it down. But your deck is very good at applying pressure. That's what you got to do against frenzy. And I was kind of lucky in the first place not to just have you have an answer to it when you have like 8 in your deck. So
yeah, true. But I mean, honestly, we did kind of see the power of questing beast in this matchup. It was a lot better than the power that we saw against your blue-green food deck in the first one, just because you want to be able to attack and block against these hyper aggressive decks, and that's where a card like Questing Beast is going to be good. But we are going to see it like not be that good against, you know, more ramp style decks, specifically ramp. It's going to be probably pretty bad if you're casting giant Hydroid Crises or
4-mana green creatures have always been bad against ramp. Like in the old Wolfrun Ramp mirrors, you sided out Huntmaster.
Yep.
You know, Obstinate Baloth, you bore that out in the Scapeshift mirror in modern.
Locks it on Hierarch, you know. I don't know if you remember that back in the day. Yeah.
All those 4-mana green creatures have, and every time I've always been bad against ramp decks. So that makes sense. But that card's going to be very good at dealing with planeswalkers out of control, very good at holding the ground and winning combat against aggressive decks.
Yep.
It's just going to be, you know, it's going to suffer a little bit at the decks that are going way over the top of it.
Oh my god, I just thought of something though too. Think of like a green-red aggressive deck strapping an Embercleave to a Death Toucher. You only have to deal 1 to whatever creature and then trample over. Yeah. So if a 10/10 blocks a Questing Beast with an Embercleaver on it, they take 9. Oh, all right.
Well, it's a nice, even by itself, 4 mana, 5 mana, just Embercleave it.
For real, that's all you needed. Two card combo. But historically, Gruul has had really bad mana, and it's only gotten worse. So we'll see about that.
Gonna be tough to curve double green into red.
Well, it looks like we got time for like one question here, if we want to do that, and then we'll get our third match queued up.
Sure. In a token style deck, what do you think about Harmonious Archon?
Harmonious Archon. So I did have it in my list to kind of test it out, but I just think if that card dies, we were talking about this over lunch the other day, like if that card dies, you only have 2 1/1s. If it just made 3/3s, I think it would be better. But at this point, it's just fighting with Tristani. It's 1 mana cheaper. Tristani already makes 2 2s. They're life linkers, and it pumps the rest of your team. So I think Tristani is not only cheaper, it's more effective, and it has, you know, an ability that sometimes matters on taking creatures back. So I thought about it. I just think Tristani is a better card.
We will be seeing Archon in the third match, though.
Yeah.
So I do think that is a good card.
Yeah.
10 power, still leaves stuff behind if it dies. You know, but not the kind of card that you want to bounce with the fairy. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, like, it's a card that stabilizes the battlefield. If you're going wide and playing things like Raise the Alarm, you know, sometimes your opponents are going to play a couple big creatures and be like, okay, I've got the, you know, board covered, and then you play that. Now their creatures are 3/3s too, and all of yours are 3/3s.
Oh, that's a good point.
So that ability on it can actually swing some board states your way.
I did forget about it. It's all 1/1s that makes it 3/3s, or
it makes every non-Archon creature base power and toughness 3/3.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
Hydroid Crisis will become a 3/3 with all the counters on it. It actually pumps Crisis and like zombie army tokens, anything like that. It stays a 4/5.
Okay.
But if they don't have anything like that, and you have if you curve Tristani into that, suddenly you have 3/3 in Tristani, 5 4/4s, and the Archon is a 5/6.
Okay.
And all their creatures are base 3/3.
Well, maybe I'm just stupid and I can't read, because that card sounds a lot better. I thought it just made 1/1s that were 3/3s while it was in play. So
no.
Yeah. Forget what I said. I still think Tristani is good, but maybe I could have played that card over like March, because March I think is like less appealing.
March is less appealing with History Benali Gons. You have fewer like multi-body cards.
Yeah.
And your deck is just going bigger now too, with, you know, Lovestruck Beasts and these big 5/5s and 4/4s. So, and you're getting more aggressive. So I could see Archon as just a way to, you know, make your 1/1s better. It is a little awkward with Lovestruck Beast, but I think that card is just so good by itself.
Yeah.
That you'll be fine. Like if your Archon lives, I like, okay, yeah, my Lovestruck Beast can't attack, but I think I'll be fine.
Ever. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah.
So I like the idea of pairing Anthems with Archon as well to break the symmetry.
Yep. Nope. I think that's good. All right. Well, we are going to get our third match queued up for you. I got an exciting mono black deck. What do you got, Cook?
I've got a Boros mid-range deck.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play Charming Prince, blinking an Archon.
Oh, man. You are a charming prince. All right. Stay tuned for our third round.